All of us are getting older and experiencing life. We groan a little when we get out of bed. We groan a little when we get off the couch. Life is hard. Life has many obstacles that get in our way. It seems the older we get, our spring is broken, and we just don't spring up as easily anymore. Life is tough. Things can get pretty dim, but we rely on the hope Jesus Christ has given us. We have hope because of Jesus Christ. I know we have heard plenty of sermons on hope. We know what biblical hope is and what it means. I am so grateful to know that our hope is in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. There was a 51-year-old man. He was a good man. He would do anything for anyone, including a stranger he didn't know. If you had a flat tire in the middle of the night on the highway, he would stop what he was doing and stop and help you change your tire. If you needed anything at any time, he would be there, not just for family, but for anyone who needed it. He was used to being a hero. He fought for his country. He was a person everyone wanted to be like. One day, after some difficulties he was having, he went to some specialist doctors, and they told him he had a terminal disease and wouldn't have much time to live. This man, being a hero to so many, he has been through his life, he was ready to fight. This hit him very hard, but the fight was on. He was not going to lose this fight. After several months, surgeries, and different treatments, it was apparent that this sickness was paying a toll on him. He was still fighting, but it was not looking good. Eventually, this man got to the point where he didn't remember things. He was getting almost childlike in his thinking. But still, he had a strong fight to win. You could look this man in the eyes and you could see fear. Fear not knowing what was going to happen, fear for the pain he was enduring, fear for what would happen to his family if he didn't win this battle he was fighting. Eventually, time came where he wasn't able to do anything on his own, from feeding himself to walking. The man who gave me more advice, more help, more mentoring than anyone I've ever known can now do nothing on his own. I'm eagerly awaiting the adoption of the body. I'm looking forward to the day when all the sorrow, all the suffering goes away and the pain goes away. We are eagerly awaiting the adoption. So what is the condition of our hope? Let me tell you. Right now, we are in a misty morning. Right now, there is days when it seems Satan is in control and nothing is working out. Right now, we are stretched beyond our limit as our demand seems to be greater than our resources. I'm not looking at just today. We are going to be with God. The suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory that will be revealed to us. It is going to be a great day. Here's a little story. One day, God spoke to a baby in a womb. And he said, "You're going to have to leave this place." And the baby said, "Leave this place? Why? It's warm in here. I can hear my mother's heartbeat. And I like it here. And nothing hurts me here. Why would I ever want to leave here?" And God said, "If you don't leave here, you will never see the blue in your mother's eyes, or the look of pride in your father's face. If you don't leave here, you won't know what it feels like to feel the wind in your face. If you never leave here, you won't see distant mountains with purple mountains beyond them. You won't hear the crash of waves on the beach. If you don't leave here, you won't know love's first kiss. If you never leave here, you won't know what it feels like to hold your own baby in your arms. If you don't leave here, you won't know the pride it feels when you see that girl walk down the aisle and take the hands of another man. If you don't leave here, you will never have any of those things." And the baby said, "What's blue? What's an ocean? And what's a baby? I don't know what you're talking about. and I don't think I want to leave. But God said, you'll have to. That's just the way it is. So the baby said, will it hurt? But because God is honest, he said yes. Probably more than you'll ever hurt in all of your existence. But trust me, it'll be worth it. The day came, the water broke, and the pressure was intense, and the baby said, I thought you loved me. How can you let me hurt like this? God said, I do. Just hold on. A few minutes later, the baby was born into a place with sights and sounds and experiences it could have never imagined. And so he looked at God and said, why didn't you tell me it was going to be this beautiful? And God said, I tried. You just couldn't understand. That little baby grew up to be a 51-year-old man who couldn't take care of himself. He couldn't feed himself. One day, God spoke to him and said, you're going to have to leave this place. But he said, God, I don't want to leave this place. Even though I cannot take care of myself, there's too many people here who love me. There are places I haven't been, toys I haven't owned, and I'm not nearly through living. I don't want to go. But God said, if you don't leave this place, you'll never know streets paved of gold, gates of a single pearl, mansions in the glory of nations, where I'll wipe away every tear from your eye. Death will be no more. There will be no mourning and crying. And that man said, I don't want those things. I don't want pearls. Let me tell you, most of the wisdom I gained here on earth, I gained through tears. And I can't imagine a place that's good that doesn't have those things. So I think I'm just going to stay here. God smiled and said, but you have to. It is just the way it is. So the man said, will it hurt? And because God is honest, he said, yes, more than you've ever hurt in all existence. But trust me, it'll be worth it. The day came, the pain was intense, and the man cried out. And God said, hold on. A few minutes later, all of his impairments went away, and he sees things he has never seen. He is in a place where no one ever rejects, and no one ever looks down on you because you cannot change your own clothes. You can't feed yourself. He is in a place where nobody hurts you, and nobody even wants to. He looks at God and says, why didn't you tell me it would be like this? And God said, I tried. You just didn't understand. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard what God has revealed to us who love him. We have this hope, and it's because Jesus Christ rose from the dead. It's Friday, and Jesus is sweating drops of blood, and he is crying to his Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. But Sunday's coming. It's Friday, and the disciples who have been keeping watch have fallen asleep. But Sunday's coming. It's Friday, and they take him and pull hair out of his beard and beat him, shackle him. But Sunday's coming. It's Friday, and the disciples have run to hide, and Peter has denied him 3 times. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and he's standing in front of the high priest and is silent as a lamb to the slaughter. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and they spit on his face and they ask him, tell us who struck you. But they don't know Sunday is coming. It's Friday. The Roman soldiers lay him apart, slaying away at his skin and his muscle to the bone, with a whip that has pieces of glass and bone. And they put a crown of thorn on his head and a robe on his back. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and the crowd rejects him. The crowd rejects him and says, give us Barabbas. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday. He is bleeding on the way to Calvary. But Sunday's coming. It's Friday, and the soldiers are driving nails into his feet and his hands. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and the chief priests are wagging their heads and saying, he saved others, and himself he cannot save. If you're the Son of Man, come down off that cross. but they don't know that Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and they put vinegar and gall up to his mouth, and he rejects it. Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and Jesus says, my God, why have you forsaken me? But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and he knew that no sin became for us, and the full wrath of God is poured out on the perfect sacrificial lamb. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and he says, it is finished. But Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and the angels in heaven are crying, and the angels in hell are laughing, because none of them knew that Sunday is coming. It's Friday, and Satan thinks he finally beat the curse that was put on him in the garden, and he thinks he won, but he doesn't know that Sunday is coming. It's Sunday, and the day begins at dawn, and the ground begins to shake, but it is more than the ground that is shaking. It's Sunday, and the angel comes down and removes the stone so people can see Jesus is already gone. And the soldiers are shaking and fall down like dead men. It's Sunday, and the sacrificial lamb of Friday is the Lion of Judah on Sunday. It's Sunday, and it's a whole new age. Sunday, and everything has changed. It's Sunday, and it's the age of peace, the age of his power. It's Sunday, and Jesus has come back. You may be living in Friday, and all your hopes seem to have failed you, and your resources are gone. It may be Friday to you, and you've buried someone you love. You love someone, and they said they don't love you anymore. It may be Friday, and the doctors say it's terminal. It may be Friday, and every dream that you thought you had was shattered. It may be Friday, and 2 soldiers stood at your door to give you the bad news of your son in Afghanistan. It may be Friday, but Friday is not all there is. Sunday is coming. Sunday is coming. We live in Friday, but just remember, Sunday is coming. It may be Friday, but our hope is in Sunday. We have this anchor, we have this hope. And if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I'm telling you, it's not just Christians who suffer. Everyone suffers. It's not just Christians who experience Friday. It's everybody's experiences Friday. But if you want Sunday, you're going to have to become a child of God. That's all I have for today.